the way the family was looking at you. Look at Layla. She's just sort of turned to the side. It was such a moment of pride. When you didn't see the picture in that moment, but when you saw that picture,
yes,
what did you think? It seemed to say so many things to me.
Well, it did, and so many people came up to me and talked about how that picture had moved them. I put that picture in the book.
Yeah, I saw it.
Talk a little bit about my relationship with both of my daughters, including Layla, and how I realized how proud she was of me, which was a wonderful feeling.
But I have to say my favorite section would be all things Patrick. Patrick, we should say, is in the studio today. Because Patrick believed and Patrick knew that this was going to happen for you. Talk about somebody who believed in you in the very beginning.
He did.
But I love the backstory of your meeting, because I tell you, I already see the movie. But you met him because he was a white student who was participating in taking down the Confederate flags.
And we were in a class together called The Changing Concept of Race in America.
Yes.
And we met each other, we were friends, we were friendly, we weren't dating or anything, but over time we really started to develop a friendship, and I started to like him, but I didn't tell anybody.
Well, it was always sort of, he's my friend, and even your friends were like, what's going on with this dude?
Yes.
But then it gets very serious, and comes a moment to take you home.
Yes.
Now, he comes from a very privileged background, it seems in the book.
Yes.
And you were worried about meeting his family for the first time.
Yes. I mean, I was just nervous about the whole scenario. My parents had grown up in the South in segregation, and, you know, this was an interracial relationship, which was unusual.
Was
much
that
more
scary
so
to you, an interracial relationship?
It was,
Yeah.
and certainly one with someone who had such a different background than I did. It was sort of like hard to think about how this was going to happen. But I wanted my parents to trust me, and
I know, but your parents said, we trust you, we trust Patrick, but this is America.
that they did say that.
Your dad said that.
My dad did say that, and eventually, you know, they realized that we were right for each other, that we shared a lot of the same values.
But this was the thing that got me with Patrick. You're getting ready to meet the family. You're not sure how it's going to go. And what did he say to you?
He said, he said a couple things, but at one point he said, I choose you, because I was worried that, you know, his grandmother had promised to pay for his medical school. And I was worried that it might mean that when she found out about me, she wouldn't do it. And he said, even if I have to take a job or do something else, I choose you.
I choose you. What did that mean to you?
Oh, it was it was pretty extraordinary.
Oh, I know. I melted. And the other thing that I really love, you're walking across Harvard campus.
Yes.
A black woman is approaching you.
Yes.
You don't know her.
No.
And she says just one word that I thought was life-changing.
Well, I was feeling really depressed at the time. You know, so many freshmen go through the, you know, imposter syndrome.
Yeah, you weren't sure you belonged at Harvard.
I was not sure. You know, I'd come from a big public high school, and here I was in this place. And this woman passed me on the path, and she leaned over and she said, persevere. And then she kept going. And I was like, wow, you know, and it just really stuck with me and started to change my view of what I was doing there.
And now that you are an official Supreme Court Justice of the United States, is it everything you hoped or thought it would be? Do you still like the job, Justice Jackson?
It is such an honor to do this work. I'm so privileged to have the opportunity to serve in this way, and very grateful.